Yo, what's up guys? In today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys why making hard beats is easy. The reason you clicked on this video is because there's gonna be a secret formula you're looking for. There kinda is, but also you do want to try new stuff. I'm gonna go through two different type of beats to show you guys how to go about each thing. Just to make a hard beat, bro, making hard beats is easy. You just gotta know what you're doing and know all the things. It just comes with practice. Flstudio, so I'm just gonna show you this loop that I made real quick, and then I'll break it down, then we could go straight to the drums. Alright, so first is just this generic piano that I just played on the keys. And this is a 8-bar and trap. So, and then next I made this little top line. Let's just show you this. You get the idea. If I'm giving any advice for these melodic loops or anything, just literally just stay in scale and just make some chords, like a basic chord progression, and then you can add a top line to make it cooler or whatever, but don't go too OD. You still want people to rap on it. And then next is I just got this guitar strumming from Splice, and this is how this sounds. And then I just followed the root notes, so I put D sharp, which is the whole thing, and then I just added little like runs through it, and then same thing, C sharp to B, and then add another run. So this is how the bass sounds on itself. Yeah, and then I just played that on my MIDI keyboard too. And then next is I just copied the chords into this Contact Electric Sunburst. This is how this sounds. And then next I add this little guitar. And all I did for the guitars is I just play in the scale. Like literally I play in D sharp and then next I have this other guitar. And it may look like there's a lot going on, but really all it is me bending the pitch and doing it, putting the range to 20 and bending it with my MIDI controller like this. This is how this sounds. And how I got that little sound is I put an EQ and cut out most of the high end, and then put a Valhalla delay, put a Fruity delay, and then vintage verb with a lot of reverb. And then after that I add this vocal chop, and I got it from Splice, and then I pitched it up to the correct semitone. And then the same, I put just a bunch of effects, put a shelf, flangus, phaser, Valhalla delay, delay 2, and then reverb. And this is how this sounds. After that, so I just break down the loop really quick for you guys to understand. And next we're just gonna do the drums, and I'm rounding it to a melody bus. And if you've seen my videos before, I always do this just because it's way easier than just going through each channel and choosing which ones to cut out the low end of. So when we're doing the drums, there's like it's a really easy formula. I'm just gonna cook up and show you what I do. So these are the root notes, so I'm just gonna copy these, and it'll put your 808 on key every single time, no matter what. And then we can make a hard beat real quick. So I'm gonna I just copied these in, and then next I'm gonna grab a hi-hat, and I'm gonna fill each 2 steps because it's a pain beat, and then grab this R&B snare, and then a lot of your drums is really just sound selection and making sure the midis work. So I'm copying this over to every third beat, and this is how this sounds. Now let's just add the chops to the 808. Just cut to this now, like. And then next, adding like open hats and stuff will help your beat just sound better. Makes the 808s hit harder if you layer it with it. So, and then a little counter snare. And then we'll put like some percussion, just making sure you have good sounds. That's why it's also good to favorite items, so you know which ones are gonna sound good and what you like to use on your beats. So let's hear how this perk sounds. Alright, now I'm just gonna arrange it real quickly and show you that, and then we're gonna move on to the next beat. Alright, so I arranged it, and then another thing they could do is use drum fills or stuff to like add it. Like, you don't have to always make it a generic like trap beat or something. You can add some cool stuff to it. So I'm gonna go into this one shot kit and find a little like drum break or something to put in here. Okay, and then now I'm just gonna show you the final beat. Alright, so the next way you could cook up hard beats just straight easy like that is pulling up loops and stuff. So shout out one of my other producer friends, Juski, Proud Juski. Go check him out on Instagram. This is one of his loops. And the first thing you want to do is set the loop to the correct tempo. And then next is we're just going to cut out all these stems. So we're going to go like that. And the reason that it's not bad to use loops is because sometimes you might feel uninspired, or sometimes you might just like what someone did. I feel like it's an old gen thing to hate on producers for using loops. Like, yeah, I used to make it from scratch, but it's also a good way of making beats and being inspired. Like, sometimes I'll listen to someone else's loop, add drums to it, and then do another beat from scratch, like inspired by someone's loop. Like, another cool thing you could do is see how people's stems are and see like what makes it sound this good. So first things first is we're gonna make this seems like it's an 8 pattern. So we're gonna chop it up like this, and then we're gonna route this to the mixer track, Control L, and then we'll put this EQ on it and just cut out the lows like I said. And then next we're just gonna grab a nice 808. I always use the Spins 808 to just find the key of what the 808 is in. So one method I use is I put it at the 7th, the 808 at the 7th octave, and just try to find where it is. So just put it on C first and just like look for it. So that's D. And then that sounds straight, and then I think, let me hear the root notes. And next thing you could do also to find this 808, the key of the 808, is you could turn off this EQ really quick just to like hear the bass. And it's the same thing actually. So just copy this over. Now we just put it down to the correct octave, and then we turn back on that EQ, and then alright, but next, this kind of like reminds me of an Uzi beat, so I'm gonna put it in triplets and stuff, and we'll see how this sounds. And then next, let's grab like a good snare, like something not too heavy, but something like that hits. So this all-star snare usually always hits, and you just put it on the third beat and see how it sounds. And then next, I'm gonna put this 808 in back, and then we're gonna make a little pattern for it. Next is the same thing as last time. I just grabbed an open hat. I love open hats, and we're gonna put it into here and hear how it sounds. And actually, this sounds good too, like this. And then we could even get the generic. Then next, we're gonna get a snare. And then one thing you could do with your snare rolls is you could make them go down in velocity a little bit, and hear how it sounds. And then we could clone this and have a different 808 for a different part of the beat. Let's just find a different 808. And then that's pretty much it for the beat. I would say any advice I have for you for making hard beats is literally try to figure out your own formula of how you like to work on your workflow. I made a video about that. Try to work on different types of workflows to see which one works best for you. And that's pretty much it though. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this taught you a little bit and how easy it is to make hard beats just from scratch or even using loops. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day.